at Booneville still. We're at the Hud-son Forest Products tent. This guy right here is John.
Howdy everybody.
He does all of the
Quality control inspections.
and
We run the plant.
you're like the engineer, right?
No, I'm not the engineer. I just do the design and give it to the engineers to draw.
So he's the design guy.
Come up with the weak spots and get the correct repairs. That's what I look for, is any weak spots you can find in the equipment, make the improvements, submit them, and get them changed.
He's the man with the plan, in other words.
You want to call it that?
So this is the Slabber 52. Now you designed this, correct, John?
Well, yeah, that's my idea, to put the double 52 with the pulleys on there. I didn't design the mill. No, I did not. That was built many years ago.
Look at the saw. Look at the size of the saw. Tim, stand in front of the saw so you can actually see the size of it. Fat, flatter.
That was handle a 52-inch diameter log. The maximum cut width with the guides on is 48 inches.
That would make a big table.
Yes, it will. More than one guy can handle. Pardon?
How long is that blade?
That blade is 221 inches long.
Ooh.
We use the 1.5-inch blades on that. You can run a 2-inch blade on there, but then you have to have it set off the back of your wheel a little bit more. So you just readjust your guides. And I actually use an 1.25-inch blade on mine as well. So,
Now, when you're using a wider blade, do you have to keep the center of the blade on the wheel, right?
correct, yes.
Otherwise, it'll start causing problems.
That's why I said you have to readjust your guides to push them back a little bit. Yep.
Now, what horsepower is that?
That one is a 35.
35 horse?
Yep. No, taking it back. That's the 37 EFI.
37 horsepower.
Fuel injected, yep.
Get up in there.
Well, we're going to walk around here and look at some of the equipment. Oh, I see Mike is eating a sandwich. That's the perfect time to catch him, right?
Yeah, it is. This here is the Oscar 336 mill. 36 diameter logs. Maximum cut of 32 inches between the guides.
So what makes the Oscar different from everything else, John?
Oscar was the original grandfather of Dan Houden's father. So Oscar was the one that came to the country, and that's why they called them Oscars. You come into our showroom, there's a whole story there on it.
Is there?
Yep, right in the showroom on the wall.
That's a nice mill too. Solid 4-post. 23 horsepower. I like the way your tracks are built. The tracks are like tanks.
There you go, you can have the neck down. Lunchtime already, boys? This here is the Farm Boss. The difference between the Farm Boss and the Oscars is the Farm Boss is built more like the 330.
Hell getting old, isn't it?
H360 sawmill. So we use a 2-inch tubing rather than 1.5. So it makes it a little bit more rugged. These are designed to work with farmers, because we know how farmers are. They're like loggers. They like to break things.
Yep, they do.
So we make these a lot tougher. Instead of different type of backstops, you raise all 3 backstops with one handle, and the dog stays fixed down. So I have to unlock it over there.
Okay.
Basically, you can. And you can
That's a nice design.
23 horse.
We go over and unlock them backstops.
I was going to try to do this on my mill, but I'm too close to the ground.
Yeah. that we were dog putting along. We used to sell these with ramps. Some guys still order the ramps. We still do build them, but all the farmers got tractors with loaders. So
Yep.
it saves them all that extra work. I can saw probably the fastest with this style mill
Is that right?
because it's not power feed. I can pick my own speed in the log that I'm cutting.
Yep.
I got a 30-inch log. I'm going to go slower, obviously, but with a 6-inch log, I can lock it faster and listen to the mill better.
Absolutely.
I always wondered how you lock the heads down and travel.
Yep.
That's a nice mill.
This here, people don't understand, but this here is for your PV. So when you flop your cant down, you just put the point of your PV in there and push it back to your backstops. Tink, boom.
Oh, that's pretty neat. Yep.
Unless you sawed a lot of lumber, you probably wouldn't even think of that.
Yeah.
You'd say, what's that plate with 4 holes in it?
No, you wouldn't think of that.
Nope.
So that's what it's for.
I use a can hook in him. He works out good
He's a
with
roller.
it. He's a roller.
He's the roller guy.
I'm the hydraulic.
He's the
my
hydraulic roller in the middle.
He feeds me and I go.
That's it.
When you got you got your track set on the ground like an Oscar 336 and you got your cross numbers, I always use a PV. That's why I recommend the customers always buy a PV and a cant hook.
Right, right.
So when you want to push that log to your backstop, you just jab it in the dirt and push it. It does the same effect as that.
Yep.
So pick one or the other, but if you got a 336 or something, you could probably weld a tab in there and do the same thing and just push on the metal. The only downfall is in the dirt, you can feel it better, but here you got a chance when you got a smaller log of this popping out,
Right, right.
over pushing. So it's all in knowing your machine and how to work it and how to use the hand tools that you work with it.
As long as my hydraulic log roller right here works out, I'll be all right. What is your name? You're live too.
Yeah, well, we're live. Steve.
Steve, how you doing, Steve?
Yep.
We met earlier.
Yep.
Steve's one of the salesmen here.
Yeah.
You got quite a few mills up here this year.
Yeah, we brought all we could fit in this
Yeah.
mud pit. Right here.
It's
Having fun.
nasty. We were just pointing that out earlier, that how
Get
muddy
that
it is.
sunshine I get. Last you're gonna see it today.
Show them the warrior, Rick.
No, it's gonna be a good day. Now this is a firewood. This wraps the firewood, correct?
Right, that's electric fire wrapper.
One thing I learned with firewood is it means work. Too much work.
This works pretty awesome little unit right there. A lot faster than
Yeah, we're
cranking.
live, but I'm not gonna catch you eating. Now this is the Warrior. What's the difference between the Warrior
In the Oscar.
and the Oscar?
Okay, it's basically the same as the HFE line. The Warrior is built with a bent tube frame.
Okay,
The posts go up on the front, so the posts are actually part of the frame.
right. No, I see a new gusset on here.
Right, we found a little play in some of the mills, so we made a new gusset for the front of these. It's all one solid piece welded in over the tube that's across.
That's a grand idea right there.
Stiffens them up pretty good. Takes a little shake out when you get way up on a big log.
Yep.
Any of your mills, band mills, when they get up on a big log, it's top heavy. You know, it's all
Right.
levers and levers.
Right. That's a good idea. Whoever
You're
came
gonna
up,
get a little shaking on any mill, I don't care what it is.
whoever
Watch
came
it.
up with that was a great idea. Too bad I didn't come up with that
Right,
idea.
right.
Because I put a bunch more tubing on mine.
Yeah. Well, it's a live and learn process. That's why I test them all and find the weak spots.
These are your entry-level mills.
Yeah, that's the Warrior, or not the Warrior, the pink
Hunter.
Hunter.
Now these you get
Thanks
in
for
the,
the correction there.
these you get in the box and you assemble yourself, correct?
Yep. Sealed up in a box. All the parts are there, instructions. We got live videos that you can watch on our website or on YouTube.
Now is it
Stop the video. That's the best part about assembly. You can stop it and get that part done.
Yes.
One step at a time, which works out good. They also
Now
come with a layout plan if you don't have anything.
are the tracks aluminum on these, or have you
This is a steel track.
steel track?
We now send them with galvanized steel track. We got rid of the aluminum. So now it's all coming in galvanized steel. Same setup as the aluminum, only it's galvanized now.
And this will cut how big a diameter log?
This will do a 21-inch diameter log.
which is a pretty good sized log.
It is. You're a one-man band.
People don't understand how logs, 21-inch log is a pretty good sized
Well,
log.
about twice the size of that, because that's about 10 inches. I guess.
You got a log over here, and that's probably what, 12-inch log on this?
Yeah, on this end, 13 maybe.
What is this?
This is the HFE 21. This is similar to the Hunter and Sawyer. Same thing. And this comes with the standard track, welded track, instead of the kit. So this is all assembled when you purchase this mill, just like you see it. Yeah, these come assembled. That's the main difference between the two.
That's what I chose. Come assembled.
Yeah.
We got the Patriot. That's like Tim's mill.
How you doing? Yeah. Good to see you. We're live on.
She took off running.
Scared her when I said we were live.
All right, so this is the Patriot. This is like Tim's mill without the different stuff that we put on it. And then this is the Oscar
Oscar 428.
428.
This comes with an electric model, which I put in my wood shop. So I built my table up about 24, 25 inches off the deck.
Yep.
Set the mill right on there and go in there and flip the switch when I want to rip the tabletop off, skin cut it or something. It's so easy. Hit the switch and you're off and running. I hooked the sawdust right up to the vacuum. I made a vacuum chute on the exhaust part. So I just turn on the shop vac and it sucks it right in there as I'm going down through cutting.
That makes it nice,
Great
huh?
shop mill. That's why I like this one. I have the 52 at my place, and I own the 428 as well.
That's pretty ruggedly built right there too for the size.
This is my favorite little mill. You can cut anything on this up to 28 inches. And the great thing about these is they got the electric start. So older guys like us, they got the shoulder, turning logs and chainsaw their whole life. You come up, turn the key, and start it, you can saw. We used to just sell this with pole start. When we put the electric start on them, the sales almost doubled because of that one feature.
Electric start on mine.
Plus, we put the we made the horsepower a little greater on them too.
I see that.
That's a big change.
Yeah, I see the
That 14 horse will cut any log you put into it, and it stays right there. The electric model's the same way. It cuts a little bit slower, but it's a little less RPM,
right.
but it's right there as well.
Now, what's the horsepower of the motor on the electric?
It's a 5-horse electric.
5-horse
220,
electric?
Yep.
220 volt.
220 volts, yep.
Now, does the electric, you find, have more torque than the gas engine?
It's about the same. I think the gas has more torque, but when I'm in my shop, I'm pretty fussy about the cut, so I make sure it's
Yeah.
nice and slow. That's why I like it, and I got it up so I can watch everything, because that's basically my finished cut before planking.
Right.
You know, if I got a thick plank and I got to skim cut it because it's cut and it just had some divots, or you hit iron in the log, you know what that's all about. You got to finish the cut, so I'll bring it back in the shop, get the iron out, and trim her up.
That'll work just fine.
It'll work just fine. I hate throwing wood away.
And this is your big one.
This is the H360,
This is all
fully loaded.
fully hydraulic. I see you got a computer on it.
Yeah, we just put this new set works. It's called the auto set. So you can program it. You can program one setting in here, say 1 inch, 2 inch, 1.25 inch, 1.5 inch. Whichever way you want to program it, you choose it to your setting. And this is a great item. It's worked great for us so far. We're going to start putting this out on the market real soon. We've got all the components in. It's going to be hitting the market here real quick. We don't have a price on it yet either, but this will be adaptable to go on to an Oscar 336 mill. George the Ghost. He saw it.
George the Ghost. Now this is an auto drive mill, correct?
Yeah, power feed.
Completely hydraulic.
Yep. You got the log loader on it. You got the log dog. That's what's holding the timber up. So when you get done cutting like that, you can just pick your whole stack up, come under it with your forks, and pick it right off. It works really slick. The log's coming on the other side, obviously.
Now this mill has a 35 horsepower on it.
Correct. Yep. These are available with 37s too.
Now I thought I saw one of your mills that came with a diesel.
That was years ago. Still diesel motors, you don't really need all that torque. So
Right.
it costs like twice as much to put a diesel on.
Gotcha.
If the customer requests a diesel, we can put it on there. It takes us a little while to get it, but we will get what they want if it's needed. The cost goes way up.
Well, the cost of fuel goes up too.
Absolutely. This is the log turner here with this chain. So this here pivots up.
Okay.
That's where you turn your log with. It goes both directions. So if you go a little too far, you can back it off and bring it back in.
And all the motors on here are hydraulic.
Correct. Here's your hydraulic dog again. I was getting at that.
Yep.
It's on that big solid bar there. It works very well.
Now this mill is built on a trailer. That's the way it comes, built on a
Correct,
trailer.
yeah. They're available 24 foot and 28 foot if you want to go extra long stuff.
Because I see all the stuff that you have on here has to have some ground clearance.
Yes, that's so you can take it in on a log landing and not destroy it all. Pulling it in over a stump or something.
This is a nice mill. And of course you got these.
Uniform skidding winches. Cream of the crop of skidding winches in my book because I own one and it works about the best the thing I got.
Now these are for like farm tractors,
Farm
correct?
tractors, 3-point hitch, yes. And they range from 100 horse down to 25 or 30 horsepower tractors. We got the H models. The H models like this, these are hydraulically driven. So these are remote control.
Okay.
You put it on your tractor. You want to go out with your cable, you just hit the release button on a clicker, start running with your cable, make your hitch. The big advantage of these is you can walk your hitch to the tractor. So when you got the log on and you're walking up with it, you're definitely out of the way of the skidding range. But if you see a snag coming up, you can avoid that snag by stopping the winch, loosen the cable, maybe put a snatch block on to pull the tree over a little bit. And it saves walking from the tree back to the tractor every time you make a hitch, and then you snag something, then you got to walk back down, back to the tractor again. So
yes, that would
they
be
are
accurate.
very, very handy with the.
And that comes in what models? The
It
H
comes in
models?
65, the 85, 65, 55, and 45 H.
Okay.
So right down to a 45 horsepower, 40 horsepower tractor, you get the H model winches.
Well, that's nice.
The regular ones are the manual. So the red ropes, they got 2 ropes. They're pretty simple. The red rope you pull at releases the brake so you can pay your cable out. Then when you come back to make your pull in, you just pull the black rope, and that engages your clutch. And they're pretty simple. This is the style I have. I actually have a 50, older one. The clutches and brakes in these are awesome. They don't very rarely wear out.
So the ropes are pretty much so you can walk back on the log and still be able to control the winch.
Right, you have to be at the winch to control it. Okay, on the H winches, you can run it down the woods a quarter-mile away if you want. The radar goes a long ways. We tested that system at the factory, and I was all the way down by Route 12 when we were running the winch for over here. I couldn't see the tractor, but it was still working the winch.
That's a long way.
We were talking on the cell phone, but that'd be great when you're in a blind spot down the woods.
Absolutely.
So if you got a guy up on the hill, a hitch guy, and then cut it down in the woods, you can communicate and run together. Awesome job.
We're all the way down to 20 horse, you said? 30 horse.
25 to 30, put the smallest one on it.
I see you guys keep putting on. Man, they still ain't sold that.
Well, look, Tim has found Paul and Andy from Southern Adirondack Outdoors. Hi, guys. I talked to you early this morning. Got no place to eat up here.
So there's a 55H Pro, there's a 35 now, 35 to 40 horsepower, below 30 with that little winch there. The big advantage between these two, you can put them basically on the same tractor sizes.
Yes.
This has the lower puller, which is a huge advantage when you're skidding, especially on hills or stuff.
Right.
Put your cable down to there and then the piece is out here. Cable in there, push this pin down, pull out that button. cable goes in the slot, and you lock the button back in, the cable stays in the hole. Go put a picture in.
Nice operation.
Next we got the Forest firewood process.
Now is that new or have you had those?
We sold them before, we just got this one and it's brand new. It's just a matter of time to get them. So this has a circle saw in it, it's not a chainsaw.
Really?
Yeah.
You can walk up and take a look at it.
I think they got a look at it. That's what it sounds like.
I'll follow you.
Okay, yeah. Circle blade comes right on there. You can see it up in here.
Yep.
All right, there's the wooden guide pegs just in case. So what happens, this clamp comes back. You got your camera in there. This comes back. Your log advances. It hits this bump stop. Then that bump stop stops your log. Then this clamp will come down when you make your cut. As soon as that clamp hits the log, hits the pressure, that saw comes down. Zoom, it's off. Then this block kicks the block of wood up into your splitter tray where this is sitting.
I see it. What, you can adjust the bump stop?
Absolutely, yep. Any length you want.
Now the 25, 33, what is that?
That's
millimeters?
Millimeters.
Yeah, it figures.
Yeah, it's metric. This comes from Sylvania's too. So it's got the adjustable conveyor on it, goes up and down, swings side to side. It's a really nice unit. It's fast cutting, that's the best thing. If you don't do this, you can really put a lot of wood through it.
You're getting ready to split money, right?
What's that?
You're getting ready to split money.
You're absolutely right.
That's a burl.
You want it?
I can't carry it home. This has got a circular saw to cut the firewood. Log's got a burl on it.
There you go, now you can see what's going on. So I brought it forward, I bring it forward and back. Clamp, see the clamp, now it's off again. Push it over there, split it. Boom.
Money split.
Yep. Yeah. That's what we got, the money split.
And what comes out this side. Got the log table.
I think I can take my down wood splitter. I got tipped up, split it as to this. That would be the problem down there.
Well, I don't think they have the best logs.
Right?
I don't think they have the best logs. That log has got a burl in it. The burl got
Yeah, I know that.
I can see it would be really fast once you got used to everything working right. Alright, so John's busy. I think we'll go over here and talk to Albright. Is that it?
Oh, to John, the other John?
Yeah.
Come on, we're in here just...
Have you seen the
He's got one.
oh, I figures you got one.